Good morning. This is my story. It's called Ya Llegaron. Ya Llegaron. This book is dedicated to my brave and hardworking parents for all that they did for me and my siblings. My parents came to the United States 30 years ago. They migrated from Ciudad Hidalgo, Mexico to California. Both my parents never got the chance to finish school. Instead, they had to help out their family. They wanted us to have more opportunities than we would have had in Mexico. So this is a little picture of their journey. Does anyone know how far this would have been from right here to here? Well, it's actually 1,860 miles that they both traveled to get to California. My mom is the daughter of Dolores and Maria. My mom got to the 7th grade when she had to stop attending school. She would help my abuelita Maria at home with her siblings and the cooking and the cleaning. She told me about the times she would have to walk miles to get water and food for them. My dad is the second oldest of 10 siblings. He unfortunately had to stop going to school when he was in the 4th grade. My dad worked alongside my abuelito Juan making bricks. His mom, my abuelita Mercedes, stayed home with the kids. My parents met when they were young. My mom was 16 and my dad was 23. They both fell in love and eventually ran away together. They got married and stayed in Mexico for a while. My 2 oldest brothers, Fernando and Tony, were both born in Mexico. During this time, my dad crossed the border 6 times. He has different stories about all his experiences. Although every experience was different, they had one thing in common. Every time my dad was crossing, he was scared because he never knew if he would make it. As scary as it was for my dad, he said he would do it all over again. He said he loved seeing us achieve all that we do, and that he did what he did for that reason. After years of my dad coming by himself, my mom decided that she would go with him the next time. For my mom, the trip was a little more difficult. She had to cross the border with my 2 brothers. At the time, one of them was 8 and the other was 4. She even told me that she was pregnant with my 3rd brother, Oscar. The trip from Ciudad Hidalgo to Los Angeles took more than 1 week. They traveled by foot, car, and train. They all lived in California in a small apartment with another family. My mom worked doing pretty much whatever she could, and my dad worked in construction. My mom had my other 2 brothers while in California. Their names are Oscar and Daniel. My dad's job brought him to Georgia, where my younger brother Angel and I were born. My parents were always worried about losing their jobs. They thought they were not going to be able to find another job because they were undocumented. Do any of you guys know what it means to be undocumented? Well, it actually means that a person doesn't have the right papers that says that they're allowed to stay in the United States. So it makes it a lot harder to find jobs or get licenses or just like simple stuff. When I was younger, I did not understand much about what it meant to be undocumented, but as I got older, I understood more. They were always careful when doing anything, especially driving. They weren't able to get a license, so if they were ever pulled over, they would be arrested. If they were arrested, they were most likely to be deported. And to be deported is to be sent back to your country that you originally came from. So in this case, my parents would have to go back to Mexico. The fear of them being taken away and deported was always something we dealt with as a family. My parents waited 21 years before they were able to start the process. My older brother Oscar was able to apply for them. The process took a long time and a lot of money. There were times my siblings and I would start losing hope, but my parents never did. The first thing to arrive was their work permit. So now we were just waiting for their permanent residency card. Days, weeks, and months went by, that we were just waiting for the mail. Everyone asking, "Ya llegaron? Have they come?" I will never forget the look on my parents' face when Angel and I ran in the house screaming, "Ya llegaron, ya llegaron." We all gathered around watching them open the letters, my parents repeatedly saying, "Gracias a Dios." That day will forever be in my memory as one of the greatest. I will never be able to thank them enough for what they did for us. Yeah, it's just about me a little bit. It says, my name is Anna Pedraza-Gomez. I am 20 years old. I am Mexican-American. I am the second youngest of 6 siblings. I am a junior at Georgia State University. I am majoring in early childhood education. The most important thing to me is my family. They have always supported me and motivated me. I decided to write this book because my parents sacrificed so much for my siblings and I. A lot of immigrant parents have gone through the same situation, so I feel like more children should know about this. This is also for the children of immigrants, so they know that they aren't alone.